Are we live? Looks like we're live. Yeah, looks like we're live. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to something a little bit different. This is Diablo 3. For a very long time, had kind of decided that I was kind of done with Blizzard. There had been a string of decisions that both seemed very anti-American and just wholly boycottable, I guess you could say. But a lot of the people responsible for those decisions no longer work at Blizzard. And yeah, that's kind of made me a bit more inclined to give them another chance. And when I decided that, two of my favorite games to play, Diablo 3 and StarCraft 1 and 2, suddenly became available to me again. And while I haven't caught the bug to play StarCraft yet, I've definitely felt the bug to play some Diablo, so figured, hey, let's play some Diablo. And that's how I found myself here. I've been playing, I would say, a few hours here and there for the last several days. This character is now, what, 5, 6 days in? And, sounds right. And they've had a bunch of new changes since I last played. Actually, give me one moment. And, sounds right. And they've had a bunch of new changes. Game audio might be a bit on the quiet side. If my game audio is super quiet, game audio might be a bit on the quiet side. If my game audio is super, let me drop the mic audio a few notches, and that should help compensate. And if anybody's got an issue with hearing it, please just let me know so I can fix it. Anyway, where was I? Yes. So yeah, I jumped back in, and while there's a lot of stuff that's familiar, and I knew exactly how to just jump back in and start playing the game, this particular mode, I love. It's called Solo Seasonal. It's kind of, I always would play seasonal by myself. So to find that now they're rewarding that by saying you can't play, if you play solo seasonal, your leaderboards and everything are separate from people who are playing with others. That's really cool. So I've been enjoying it. Ooh, wow, this is an interesting upgrade. 4% less cold damage, more dex, so it's about equal, it's about a wash. Slightly better attack speed. The Fan of Knives damage is bad. That has to be rolled off, probably for either Impale, or if that's not possible, then crit hit chance. But the Impale does 2 additional knives and 99% instead of 80%. With a few rolls, this could be a significantly improved version over what I've got equipped. Let's... No, I think the game audio is just quiet, actually. I'm gonna crank this up some. There we go. Now I can hear it. Perfect. And then we'll, let's just really quickly see how expensive the roll is. I've been dropping a lot of stuff. Fan of Knives I don't need at all, so we can definitely roll that off. We got Impale on the first try. Unfortunately, that means this can't have Impale and crit. But then neither does this one. So these are all pretty weak if they can't have crit hit chance and Impale both. What am I dealing with in general for holy point shots? Anyway, yeah, sorry, to close the story that I was saying before. So I've basically been running my favorite class, which is the Demon Hunter, and just grinding seasonals. And pretty quickly I assembled the Hadrig's Gift set of Shadow, and then kept optimizing and optimizing. And let me pull up leaderboards, because I kind of want to show this off. Because the solo leaderboard is kept separate from the general leaderboard, I've been able to make the leaderboard. Not just top 1000. This is just specifically Shadow Mantle set. Top 1000 is pretty easy, Griff 46, but I'm actually much higher up. Let's see if I can find me. Wow, yeah. 38th place with this set. Top 40. And on the overall leaderboard, I'm ranked as well. I want to say I'm 600 something. There I am. 688, which I wasn't just a couple days ago, and I do think I can push it further. My current build is basically optimizing this Impale skill as much as possible, and cold, so this guy does a bonus damage for Impale. This increases Impale by 120,000%. This gives 3 daggers of Impale instead of 1. These are all that set bonuses, and they've been rerolled for crit and for Impale where possible. And then I also have these all guilds on the side, which just give flat 30% bonus damage, 30% against elite damage. And the ring slots are crit hit and crit damage, crit hit, crit damage, crit hit, crit damage. When I'm just grinding, I switch into the gold version with the Boon of the Hoarder. Otherwise, it's the Gogok of Swiftness, Bane of Powerful, and Trapped with all the associated skills to make that work. So it's a pretty robust build. Oh yeah, my sheet DPS. So toughness can go from like 15, 20,000 to 50,000 when I turn this on. Bladed armor knocks it up a notch higher, and my vengeance knocks it even higher to 120,000. So when I get all the buffs going, I can be extremely well defended. But my biggest issue right now is definitely this Carle's Point. I really want this to be an ancient weapon, so that I can then throw Ramaladni's gift on it and make it even stronger. Oh, it looks like we have a viewer on Twitch. Hey there, welcome to the channel. So, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do for the evening. I guess my biggest priority is to get more rerolls on Hadrig's, or not Hadrig's, on the Impale option. And the best way that I have of going about doing that right now actually, really quickly, I'm going to double check what the Altar of Rights is on. This is a new thing that they added that I love. They keep giving you a challenge on the Altar of Rights for something to sacrifice to get more upgrades. I need one ancient puzzle ring. Oh yes, we're definitely going for loot hunting. One of the best ways to hunt loots in this season is to just kill mobs until they open doors to a forbidden realm. And if you look at my anvil tab, I'm basically out of this and low on these two because I keep trying to make more of these. So maybe we just go grind for those right now. We've already got this. We'll swap out the All Guild set for the moment with legendary bracers, or with just to spawn more enemies, and that's fine. This is a very suboptimal, but that's fine. I don't need to be optimal. I'm so far above Torment 16 power. Alright, so one of the reasons that I prefer these early Halls of Agony levels is just because the sheer number of enemies there are to kill. Every one of them imbues a small chance of dropping this, I forget what they call it, but basically door to a secret portal. Am I missing a door? No. Tunnel's here. There it is. Got one already. That was fast. And this secret portal, I don't know if this is a permanent fixture for a long time, or if this is just something that's specific to the season, but this is some of the highest density big enemies spaces you'll find. The idea is you can kill all the mobs or just some of them or whatever you feel like, but one of the mobs opens the next fulminated door, and when you go through that one, you get to the next layer, and then you just keep going. I would say these feel like on average 6 to 8 floors, 4 to 8 floors deep. Sounds about right. Look at that. Look at that field of death's breath. I just picked up 37 death's breaths. There's another 715. That's 50 of them. I kind of wish there was a way to convert death's breaths directly into the other 3 resources, because at this stage I would do it even at a loss. Alright, we good. Next floor. So that Altar of Rights has a couple quality of life features available. One of them is that my pet, if he sees an ordinary yellow item, you know, not one that has a unique artifact affix or transmog that I haven't had before, he will pick it up and instantly smelt it into a, whatchamacallit, a yellow veiled crystal or blue arcane dust for me. And so he actually makes the process of grinding for materials much easier, because the only things left to pick up will be death's breaths and whatchamacallits, artifacts. And while I kind of am close, as you saw at the beginning of this video, to the point of throwing away artifacts en masse now, I'm not quite at the point that I don't even want to look at them. I'm still very much in the market for a couple more primal artifacts, because that's another thing that's required by... Ooh, if that's the puzzle ring, that'd be amazing. Probably not, but it's possible. I'll check it in a second. Yeah, this Impale build is designed for what would have been Torment 20 plus. Easy. Shadow. Oh, well, you know what? That's the belt that I use, so I'll totally take a look at it. Oh, come on. There was somebody still alive. Lame. I'm gonna look at these things that are copies of what I'm currently in. Well, that's an artifact. 1% improved crit hit chance. Resource reduction. I think this might be an upgrade, actually, to be honest. If I can roll the damage on it, that's the key. Then resource reduction, it's kind of irrelevant, whatever. Crit hit chance is huge. Equivalent dex. It'd be a lot of rerolling to get one more percentage of crit hit chance. Well, I'll keep it handy. See what I mean by I'm almost at the point of just melting legendaries without looking at them. Look how many drop on an average run from these high yield places. Alright, we'll take all that. No ring of luck, but let's definitely check this out. Significantly worse than my current belt, so pass. I'll take a quick look around, see if there's anything to... Sure, we'll take that. Alright, next. Oh, come on, man. I feel like I must have changed up my build in some way and not realized it. Oh, the All Guilds! Right, I did. I totally dropped the set bonus of my All Guilds. And why? So that I could turn on Nemesis Bracers? Yeah, let's fix that, actually, now that I think about it. There's no compelling reason. If I want to, I can always just switch Nems back on right before I pick up a shrine. Alright, so this is like, what, the 6th floor of this fulminated entity rift. And yeah, like, you can see what I mean when I say it just rains resources. But the most impressive resource that it rains is the bounty cash stuff. You know, it used to have to do all of the all 4 acts worth of bounties before you could get the Herodric caches, so that you could get the different materials, all the different materials that are offered. This place will give you all of them when you get to the end, and a sizable amount at that. Am I out of space? I might be out of space. Oh, Jesus. Filled up completely. Well, there's a solution for that, too. It's a full page of artifacts. And a couple of my old denied pen. For most of these, I already have decently rolled options, and I'm only interested in ancients or the best possible options. That's why I can go through them fast. Cold is a plus. Attack speed is okay. Dex is ideal. Life is better. I can reroll cluster hit into crit hit, but I can't turn this into a thingamabob. Both of the properties I want. Restraint without crit hit or without crit damage is not worth it. Already on a better ring than that. Then 10.4, 4.9, so you can go. Alright. Back in we go. So you see how important it is that my doggo is doing all of the... Well, not doggo, I guess I have a battle cruiser. My pet is doing all of the item conversion on those yellow ones, because I barely have space to keep my artifacts at the rate that I'm grinding. So I simply would ignore them if he wasn't there picking them up. And considering that I'm low on yellows, blues, and whites, that would be a setback. Alright. Deeper and deeper. Oh, you hear that? The treasure goblin? That usually means we're at the end. These things end with a treasure goblin, and I've never seen this treasure goblin leave, which leads me to believe he can't. I actually picked up an amulet there. Alright, so we pick up all this stuff. And that's the treasure goblin sack, or treasure chest, and you see it's 40 each of the bounty cash stuff. So this obviates the need for having to run bounties on all acts, which is a huge time savings for grinding and leveling up purposes. Something good, people, something good. Nope, not even a single ancient. Alright, well, with that out of the way, let's see if we have a shot at rolling a Carly point. So to do this, what I do is first I make a basic level 70 dagger. And as you can see, it's eating into these resources of mine. Then I upgrade it using the upgrade rare item recipe, taking 50 of these, into a random dagger. Now there's only 2 daggers in the pool for me, Carly's dagger and the Lord Greenstone's fan. And that's how I'm trying to get what I need. Looks like this one rolled pretty low on damage, similar to what I'm currently on. Dex is a bit better. I can roll off vitality or life per hit, but not both, and I can't give it a socket. So this is not a great weapon, unfortunately. This one's garbage. And just like that, I'm back to getting resources. I want to do another... Let's see if we can get another one of those to spawn super quickly, and then go from there. Temple of the Firstborn usually has pretty good enemy density for basic enemies. Let's see. Oh my god. The problem with Impale when it gets too good is that it literally kills things before it can refund your hatred, so you can run out of hatred very quickly. And you'll notice I don't have any generators. I use Vengeance to generate hatred, and I have in my cube items to reduce cooldowns so that the hatred stays online most of the time. Ever since I switched to the All Guilds build, there's a gap now, because I used to have Leoric's Crown instead of the Puzzle Ring, but... Either these guys can't spawn it, or they're just not. See, completely out of mana. Or hatred. on, don't one of you want to disappear to your horribly cross-linked blue dimension? No? None of you? Well, you're no fun. I'm keeping this endless chain of massacre bonus going. It's pretty sweet. The maximized boon of the Hoarder with 100% gold explosions also looks really cool. But it doesn't look like we're going to get lucky on a portal this time. It's fine, it doesn't have to be every time. Just often enough to feel consistent. Nope. All of you guys can die and feed my privy coffers. Alright. No luck there. Where else am I gonna have a shot at getting good loot to make a good knife out of? I guess I could just run some rifts. Always fun to run rifts. Rifts or grifts? Let's slam out some level 80 grifts super fast. Or 85, whatever. And I'll use these to update my Gokuk. Oh, I forgot to switch off my just for fun build. And put on my good amulet. So I'm going to be at a disadvantage. Good luck figuring that out, considering I'm only on Grift 85. Which is psycho high, in case you can't pick up on the sarcasm. Torment 16 comes in way before that level. Good enough, good enough. Keep knocked down and out. Wow, not a single elite this whole distance. This is a very low density opener. Got one. I'm doing a pretty good job maintaining uptime on all my buffs. That's good. Alright, we got another pack here. We'll stop to delete them real quick. But yeah, this is kind of my approach to the grifts. I just I would jump from pack to pack. Occasionally taking pot shots, but primarily seeking the next big kills. Oh, excuse me. There we go. Channel the power. Another couple of you guys go down. Where are we at? 70%-ish? That's fine. Back when I used to run the shrine, or the gauntlets of the nemesis braces as my baseline build, all of these would just pop out into more elites for easier grinding, but all guilds is more powerful for sure, and a little safer. I'm a little more RNG reliant because I can't use the pylon summoning to mitigate low density. But that's fine. I'm close. I'm rapidly pushing a grift level in my actual pushing that requires every bit of survivability and damage I can get. Alright, 94. We're almost there. Come on, just give me something to hit. Give me something juicy. Come on, how are we not there yet? Rift Guardian, come out and play. There you are. Four minutes, 20 seconds. Nice pile of veiled crystals. Reusable parts, everything the mother needs. And while we're at it, we get to level up. I think the Taeguk is what I was working on currently. The other thing that's notable about these grifts is it's the last good place to get lots of experience when you're this high level for just maxing out your Paragon levels. I guess they don't max, whatever, soft capping. Anything worth looking at? Got a pretty nice Natalia's Embrace going here. This is my Natalia's stuff. I already have a legendary one, so. And since I don't intend to use any of that, it's just a collector's thing at this stage. They can all just get trashed. This time we'll put on our We Mean Business amulet. Why not? Let's see if 90 is just as easy as 80 or whatever. Alright, we got our first boss mobs. Watch the shields. Kill the spare. Nice and easy. Pretty low density. There we go. Low density to me just means that either A, there aren't that many enemies that you're coming across, you have to travel a lot to get to an enemy, or B, it's specifically a low density of the elites. And the elites fill up your bar so much faster that it is worth hunting them down. Hey, where'd the guy go? Oh, got it. See, when I see a cluster that big, even though there's no elite that I can tell, it's worth just throwing a few more daggers at it to break it up. Oh, wow. The geometry of this level catches me every time. Get stuck on that thing. And then it's pretty circuitous once you're through it as well. Like, I've honestly slowed down my grifts here a lot just because I can't figure out the way out sometimes. Alright, got another elite. Channeling pylon is very nice. Another elite. One of the abilities that the altar right of altars, altar of rights gives you is that when you use a potion, it triggers a shrine effect, which is really, really nice. There are some shrine effects that are pretty meaningless that I'm not going to notice. A little bit more EXP is not going to matter to a character at this level. But then there are some that are very noticeable, like just getting speed up or a channeling burst can massively improve your skill rotations. Alright. See, dead end after all that. Another set of you guys. Easy pickings. Next floor, please. Let's use something a little more straightforward and enemy dense. Alright, another elite. Are we at 89%? Jesus, we're doing very good. Alright, I guess we are still hitting dead ends. At least they're giving me a lot of elites, so... Yep, so it ends quickly. Single target damage is my specialty. That was 20 seconds slower, and I owe that to the bad geometry, so yeah, I can definitely upgrade to this tier. If for no other reason than because it makes this easier. Alright, 76. So that go becomes a attack speed steroid. And a, yeah. Alright, we need to make lots of yellows, and we are in the market for quivers now, so let's try to get a cheap quiver. And be very happy when we get to do this to it. And then just do it again. Cheap quivers. That's one of them. Cold, check. Hatred regen, meh. Attack speed, dex. Can roll off the Rain of Vengeance, but I can't get an impale on top. So, same problem that they all have. Alright, let's go ahead and ID these other guys, see if there's anything worth keeping in the bunch. Nothing stands out. Let's change it up. Let's just do this petrified key. I have no idea if my build's correct or not, but I just kind of want to go for it. I have more if I want to try this again later. To take advantage of what I've collected. So this is going to be basically a wave-based endurance battle. And once you get overwhelmed, that's the highest you get your upgrade thing to. It starts off very basic, few random enemies, easy to imagine that this is not serious. And they're not very strong either. But then, well, you'll see, the intensity does ratchet up. I'm currently on tier 25. I'm pretty sure 30 is the minimum for this to even be vaguely useful. But I'm aiming for 125, I think, is the cutoff that you're supposed to aim for. And I am significantly below that in my last attempt. Yeah, so this is the other thing that happens. Now they all start blowing up when they die. So, very quickly you find yourself not able to really hold your ground, because you have to keep moving. Well, it looks like I am in grave danger of running out of hatred to attack with. I don't know for sure, but I suspect that any two of those blasts will do me in. Possibly even one. Nope, not one, because I just took one. I didn't die. So it's definitely two that I need to take to die. We're at tier 51, but I do not feel like we're doing particularly good. Let's see if we can't start funneling these guys towards me somehow. We're not doing badly. We're killing everything that comes in front of us. $370, 400 kills in sequence. Good lord. I don't get stuck on the geometry. That's a close way to die. We're getting close to overwhelmed, so let's just drop a shrine real quick. Give myself a bit of an attack steroid. It does look like I have adequate of resources. I'm not looking like the overwhelm meter is getting higher or anything. God, how many named legendary monsters have I taken down in this area? And I'm still only at tier 64, so it gets a lot more intense. Oh wait, that's not a 60, that's an 80. Okay, good. Yeah, 85. Okay, I feel a lot better knowing that's 85. My second to last attempt at this, I only made it to like 90 something, 93 or whatever. But after that I did crack 100 most recently, so I'm feeling a little bit better about my odds. Certainly the more powerful my build gets, the more possible it is to suppress these guys trivially. Which seems to be the key for keeping the overwhelm meter down. It looks like I've already used up all the pylons, near as I can tell, so no more buffs to be had. We'll fight with what we've got. You can't afford to ignore the blasts. Oh, sorry, to avoid the blasts completely. You have to wait inside them a little before you give ground. Alright, we've cracked 100 again. That's not good. Burn the Templar's saving. Well, we have a 748 kill streak. That is insane. The EXP bonus on this thing is going to be out of this world. 800 kills in a row. Don't die, don't die, don't die. It's way more important to stay alive than it is to kill. Actually, the overwhelm meter is coming up fast. We do need to focus these guys down now. Oh, I tried to roll, but I got stuck on this wall. 114, huh? That's not bad. 8x experience bonus. Jesus. I'll take it. It does not look like we got a particularly increased amount of resources for all of our trouble, though. Like, honestly, this looks like a pretty meh victory pot here. Oh, look at that. The exact same level I was at last time. 113, 113. But I don't feel like this was a build order fail or anything. I do feel like I had the power to keep going. I just got bumped on the geometry. I'm immune to crowd control effects thanks to the altar. But nobody's immune to hitting a wall. Unless you're on Kool-Aid. Maybe I should switch to Kool-Aid. Nah, we're fine. Alright, let's take a look. Nothing jumps out at me as being particularly important. Good. Scrap them all, boys. Let's make one more of these Sovereign Punyals. And we'll take another attempt at a Carly's Point. I didn't see the Punyal that we made. Did it just not finish? Or did I break it somehow? In my mad lust of killing things. Alright, cube. Upgrade this to something of note. This is the other dagger. I've had like 4 or 5 ancient versions of that drop already, but no luck with the one I'm actually going for. Alright. What's our next preferred grind? We can go looking for more. Nah, let's just slam out another grift. These have the advantage of serving our short-term and our long-term goals. Excuse me. Too much soda, too little time. Okay, so we've had one legendary monster when we walked in the door, and none since. I need to learn to be more discerning, actually, and just not worry about that. Just keep zipping along. Get even pickier than I already am. I have the tools to assassinate a target instead of having to fight everything I see or set up before I'm allowed to attack, so may as well exploit that. There we go. Second legendary monster we found. He is dead. Let's move along. Alright, these guys definitely look like they're serving that legendary guy there. Got his stuff. Let's go. This shrine is great. Another elite, just nixed it. Another elite. There we go. So now we're finding them. So good that we skipped all of that low yield stuff to get to this high yield stuff, right? Okay, we're definitely making some progress here. Oh, it's a grift, so can't switch to Nemesis Bracers purely for the purpose of thickening the load. Yeah, another side effect of doing these grifts, it's used as a stand-in for how old you are, right? For how... Sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Just forget I said that. Alright, 11:47. So that 3-minute mark still seems to be the timing that I keep hitting for finishing one of these when you're powerful already. Let's go to the Swiftness. Alright, good enough. Let's go ahead and ID all this stuff. Make sure there's no diamonds in the rough, metaphorically or literally. Yep, all good. Close the rift. And break this stuff down. Do I have enough for another roll? I do. Let's see, on those white and blues, when they deplete, I'm going to be extremely low on everything. So, as a courtesy to me, can I get that legendary, please? That ancient, please? Carly. Oh my god, it came! Oh my god, it came. Okay, good, good, good. Hang on, let's see what we got here. Cold, Dex, attack food, no socket. It's not a very good one. I'll say that right now. Let's see how good it could be and then make a decision. So, it could have rolled with percent damage, which is better. Cooldown reduction, which which I really would like. Potentially bleed is okay. But AoE chance per attack. That's pretty solid. Don't care about the secondary affixes, not really. So I can keep this. I can change this. Keep these as is, which yeah, and then Ramaladni's the socket. And that will give this weapon a huge edge. 24.7% edge over my current one. Why is it that right now my current one is so much better? According to the sheet DPS, the new one is just way higher in terms of raw damage numbers. Oh, right. Because 130% crit damage boosting cannot be ignored. 323 and 327 percentage is right middle of the pack. It's not the bottom, it's not the top. I can re-roll that until it comes 10% eventually if I care enough. 1500 is middle of the pack. Yeah. On the one hand, it's kind of sad to use up a Ramaladni's on what is not your best possible end point. On the other hand, I think this is a very reasonable option. Wait, this is the one, right? Yeah. Alright, so now we've given ourselves the extra socket. No, you don't do it, huh? Who does this? We'll go ahead and swap our gems around. Okay, so that's our king weapon. And while I'm here, can I compress some emeralds, please? Because Caldesans, I believe, requires a pretty large number of flawless emeralds or something similar. So, we'll work towards that eventually. Well, I guess let's just take it for a spin, see how it does. Why do I even have this? Picking up gold gains experience. I've got all the experience a man can want. Stun enemies reduce damage. You know what else reduces damage? Not getting damaged. These are not worth hanging on to anymore. Probably that was from a time where I didn't have good options. Alright, but we finally, after several hours, have got the advanced Carly's point. So now, let's make sure our build is reasonably good. Does this need to be re-rolled? AoE damage, Dex Vit, cooldown. The Vit could come off of it, potentially. What would I change the Vitality into? Is there an offensive option available or not? You know what? I don't like the layout here. I'm going to go back to Act 1. I'm just a little more instinctively comfortable with it. Here. If I swap the Vitality, resource reduction, percent life. Functionally, these are the same, so I don't actually want to do that. What about you? What's your story? Oh, I've already got crit hit chance, so that's good. Percent life. Crit hit chance 4.5. That's kind of pathetic. I'll try one more time. Alright, well, that's better than nothing. Now I'm out of yellows, so now I need to actually go hunt. We'll swap in... Oh, it's already in. The real Golgok of Swiftness. And you know what? I think we're going to make an attempt at doing this for real, so what is the biggest grift I can run? 108. Let's go. Oh man, these monsters are much harder to beat. Need to be very liberal with my use of potions because they also trigger the bonus shrine artifact effect, which is what I'm trying to proc here. Alright, we are on tide track. We're not ahead, we're not behind. Alright, we got one. I have to stay laser focused on the elites. And their minions also drop +1 of those purple globes, so I do go for them as well. Okay, we got an elite pack. It's a nasty one. Parapacks. Oh my god, I died. Well, I get one freebie on dying, but after that I have to not take the increasing time penalty, so... Got one. That insane defensiveness when I stack all my buffs is very helpful, but there's a limit to how long I can keep everything going at once. When some of this stuff expires, it stays expired. Oh, Jesus. Alright, got him. Is that all the elites here? Yeah. Power pylon is going to be very helpful to just melt through some of these crowds. I think the power pylon's already expired, unfortunately. Or it's close. Alright, next floor. Alright, we got a pack. Let's slowly move towards the door so that if I die and respawn, I'm right next to them. But truly, if I can maintain the uptime on my defensive buffs, I can stand a lot of punishment. And whenever the convention of elements rolls around to cold, I deal a ton more damage. Which is usually enough to push through these things. Oh, wow, one got me. Alright, last checkpoint, because I can get back there in 5 seconds. Please tell me these are 2 separate elites. I'm going to get credit for both, because this is a nasty, nasty spot, and I'm going to lose a lot of lives here. 4. Good. Very good. Not so good. Give it a little bit of space. If I can survive in point blank range, the amount of extra damage I get is really good because all 3 of the impales get their first hit bonus at once. Alright, we got the tooth grind, but I could have sworn there was another elite somewhere out here. Nope, doesn't sound like it. Alright. I don't think I can deal with this. I have no idea what's going on. That force field is making it very difficult to get through. But I am somehow dealing a lot of damage to it, so I'm going to make another 2 runs at it and see what happens. Oh, I see. I'm getting blasted from range by these spiky stings, which are unfortunately scaled way out of proportion. Alright, but we got him. At least we got the main one. Alright, we got the secondary one. We got everything we need. Let's move on. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fire. 1, 2. 4. Fire. 1, 2. Oh, there's another one here. And I've got conduit going, so let's try not to die. Would love to get as much value out of this conduit as possible. Yeah, that's the only reason I don't want to die. So I can get conduit value, motherfucker. Oh, you're the problem. I'm attacking all the little guys. Go after you. Alright, well, it's been a bit of a grind compared to, like, my farm status, but... Oh, shoot, that's a shield pylon. Let's go hurl my body directly into the highest danger. I need one more elite pack. I'm there. There we go. Elite pack. Done. I don't know if my shield will hold or not, but I'm gonna act like it will. I'll have to take the death if I have to. My single target damage is excellent. Whew. Well, we ranked up. We are now significantly higher on the leaderboard, and what a cavalcade of parts we have acquired here. It is truly marvelous. Urshi. Can we get it to 100? Rank 100. Psycho. Oh, look, we actually found an honest-to-God Carly's Point in the wild. That never happens. Let's take a look. Yeah, see, this is the kind of crap I'm used to, and it is crappy. Alright, all well and good. We know what to do with these garbages. That was amazing. And a convincing win. I'm almost tempted to just keep pushing it and going higher. 110. Let's take a look at the global leaderboard to see what kind of cutoffs we're looking at. If I could beat 110... Still not the top 100 or anything, but it's much closer. Right now I am still 600s. What is my build missing in order to be ideal? Better rolls, obviously. Everything can be better. It's all very solid, honestly. Yeah, there's sequential difference. Well, let's Kadala something. What is not ancient? my helmet and my pants. So, and helmets can roll with really good stuff. So let's go with pants, because if I find the right one, I don't need to do much more. Not that great. Nope. Alright, another round of pants, please. And choosing these 25 costers has the advantage of giving me lots to recycle. But I will also do going on some quivers. Try for that extra holy point shot value. Alright. What's next in our target lists? Could go for a Royal Ring of Grandeur from Act 1. Oh, wow. We're pretty close to maxing out Paragon stuffs. Yeah, let's go for a higher grift and see if we can get closer to maxing out that Paragon stuff for good. Alright, right like last time, we started off with a extremely challenging or sorry, I should say a stubborn pack that's slow to die. But we do need to take out packs. That's our general strategy. So, okay, got one. We're not ahead of the curve. We're not terribly behind the curve. It's a lot of enemies in a little space. Let's see if we can just mop them up real quick. I'll get an excuse to drop another potion effect before I move on. We're not ahead of the rift, we're not behind the rift, we're just... Oh, there we go. So you're the guys we need to kill efficiently in order to get ahead. Consider the challenge accepted. I can certainly tank them well enough. Oh, come on. I get one freebie, which I actually need right now, so thank God. After that, I have to weigh the time lost getting back to things versus the time lost from respawning. Alright, that was not a huge time savings, although I am still technically ahead, not behind. After having done it. Alright, here we go. Single target. This is much more my speed. Even if I die here, I'm very happy to come running back and do this a couple times. So, let's get my hands dirty. Keep all that firepower on the elite. Happy to take out her ads, but let him go stay on the leader is definitely our philosophy here. You know what? I'll take the self-revive here for 5 seconds. 5 seconds is not too much to pay. I would probably have used that much just navigating the halls. Alright, sunk. Stink, stunk. Alright, let's move along. Oh, this is the wrong way. Shoot. Power pylon. Let's make use of it. Give me something to shoot, please. Alright, next floor. Give me something to shoot, please. Power pylon still has some juice. Give me some... There you go, something to shoot. Alright. Advantage used. Moving on. I do not think that the sword... Yep. No, it's still in play. It's still in play. Power Pollen's still in play. Let's get a few hits in with it before it expires. If it hasn't expired yet, it's about to, so... We still managed to get these guys to half health. That's a good use. And we are above the curve now, so that's even better. I'm not sure why that killed me, but okay. Checkpoint for sure this time, because if we count down from 10, 9, 8, 7, 6... I can definitely save time by traveling manually. Alright, we got him. Not sure what this huge thing is, but I suspect it's worth a decent amount of experience. No? Okay. Another one. Oh, two of them. Oh, no. Got arcaned in the back, but that's okay. Let's finish these guys. We're gonna need to go the distance. 15 seconds is too long to wait. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. That was my fault. I rolled straight into that arcane. I was really not hoping for that. You know what? Just because I don't like your yellow circle, let's stop and get rid of you. He was the +1. Okay, we got one. Not sure which one it was, but we got one of them. Come on, go down, you little thing. Alright. So even after all those deaths and all that back and forth bouncing, we're still coming way ahead. 78% the way through the rift. We got another elite here, so it's worth spending a little bit of energy whittling down this pack. God damn. It's a long way this time. Alright, there we go. Isolate him, take him down. Goat-faced fellow. Nope. All my buffs are on. Not saying I can't die, just trying really hard not to let it happen. Let's go for those health orbs. There we go, popped him. We'll go his minion and then we're out of here. I think the end of this floor is near, so definitely want to just cash out what I can. I don't know if I got the minion or not, but I gotta move on. There we go. should be the last elite we need. Because 98%. We'll go for the minion to finish the job. Oh, come on. Seriously gonna stop me at 99? Have a heart, buddy. And then give me that heart. I don't know how that killed me, but I'll take it. Instant death is kind of funny. Oh, right. They come to me. So there's no need to chase after them. Certainly no need to respawn on them. That should have been a cold snap freeze, but the Ultra of Rights has an option for no CC, so I can't be crowd controlled. At least not like that. The damage is still pretty bad, though. $579, baby, climbing the rankings. And oh my god, what a full cornucopia of crap I've been given. Hey Urshi, I'm not ready for you just yet. Let's see here. Ooh, got a lot of people in here. Hey everyone. Thanks for watching. Great to have company. Let's see, does that pop up? Oh, it does pop up. Sweet. Alright, you know what? This is guaranteed damage as long as I'm CCing things, and I have CC effects. Oh, whoa. It's technically not perfect. Gain an aura that reduces movement speed of enemies with 15. Yeah, so anything within 15, I'm getting that bonus against. So that's good. A little bit of leveling up time, and off we go. Still didn't get the puzzle ring we need, but that's fine. It'll come when it comes. I'm in no rush. Another, wow, 4 level ups. We are remarkably close to that 1 level point in every category level of leveling. Level of leveling. Nothing exciting. All must melt. Or schmelt, if you will. All right. Very good. What's next? Do I just want to go up to 112? I do feel like we hadn't hit the wall yet by any stretch of imagination. We're still we're getting these slow starts, but very comfortably beating our timer with several minutes to spare. And it's not like we're coasting on good luck or anything either. I mean, I had to zerg a lot of those encounters last time, but I just went ahead and did that, and it was fine. I could go for a better Hellfire Amulet, but I'm not even on Hellfire. Well, actually, I am on a useless amulet simply because it exists. It has the Trinity, critical hit damage, critical hit chance, main stat, and of course the slot. If I had something like that on this, that'd be better. But it would require me to make a lot of Hellfire Amulets, which is not trivial. I can just keep an eye out for good amulets. When I get one, I can work off of it. That's probably best. Do I want to push the bowers a little bit further? I want to break. I'm just going to do an easy rift. It's after having played some challenges, it's nice to just instantly kill things without having to, you know, pause. And put back in the shower of gold mod. Or, gem. Golden shower, if you will. good. There we go. Yeah, the absolute difference between a level appropriate rift or grift where, you know, the monsters survive a hit, and this where even my stray +1s are enough to kill creatures. You can tell the difference. And unlike, you know, other kinds of stores where... Alright, oh, was that a ring or a belt? I think that was a ring. Oh, it's a puzzle ring. Oh, snap, this might be what I need. Let's finish the rift and go check it, but let's definitely check it out by hand. If it's the one I need, that's kind of sweet. Get to advance the rare finds track again. Oh, another red ring. Alright, here we go. So, he was hiding one of the things that the evil creation is afraid of. Alright, backing it up. Oh, be quiet, you two. Not even sure what got me, but you know what? It's all good. Just revive in town. That's where I was trying to go anyway. Personal rift or professional rift runner. Finish a level 70 within 3 minutes. Well, most certainly did that. Why don't you go ahead and tell me what that ring I got is. It is, unfortunately, merely an ordinary puzzle ring when I needed an ancient one. This, on the other hand, is something I really do want for my Templar. The S of Johann, less for its stats and more for the fact that it clusters enemies for me. And I do like clusters. They're much easier to kill. Or to mass damage. Critical hit, critical damage. This one can become the Trinity, so we'll throw it in the box. Where would I want to put it? Yeah, next to this Shadow Quill that I'm never going to use. That's a perfect spot for it. Why am I never going to use this? Because the dex is higher, the armor is similar to the vitality. No, you know what? Maybe I am going to use this. What can I roll evasive fire off in favor of? Nothing really that matters. So then we're just comparing straight stats, right? And straight stats wise, ignoring the gems, plus 16 dex. Ah, sticky keys. You know what? It's not worth it. All the work I would do to try to roll it up, and it'll just be a marginal improvement at best. It's a side grade. I'm gonna go ahead and scrap this. I'm gonna scrap a lot of things. So you'll notice that even though this was the wrong puzzle ring, I kept it. It's because puzzle rings are really valuable for something else you can do with them. But before I do that, what I'm gonna do, when I think about it, I'm gonna ditch the Visage of Goons really quickly and put on the Broken Crown. And then we're going to remove the gem that it's currently got temporarily and put the best emerald I can in there to increase the amount of gold we get. Perfect. So the Broken Crown says whenever a gem drops, drop me another gem just like it. And the reason that's relevant is because I'm going to throw this puzzle ring into Kanai's cube. And what we'll do is create this vault for me. Now, vaults are an amazing place to get rich, so... I mean, look at that. Just made a clean 14 million just by showing up and shooting some stuff. That's another 21 million, by the way. But the most important thing that these places are usually teaming with, and I'm sure you heard that sound, are treasure goblins. Treasure goblins, when they're set upon by my tanky ally, they're helpless. Because they don't get their anonymity or whatever. Alright, let's take a look here. Let's go pick all this stuff up. Alright, and next door. Alright, and off to the landing zone. I got 15 Imperial Emeralds because of my whenever a gem drops, drop me another one. Hey, how's it going, Sneaky? Good to see ya. Yeah, I've been doing more board games lately and such, but I was just chilling and doing some rifts and I figured, hey, why not? Oh, it's another ring. Wouldn't it be funny if it was a puzzle ring? It's not, though. It's one of those arc stones. This is actually one of the pieces I'm missing for having a full artifact set, so let's see. Nope, not ancient. Not ancient, not interested. Collection value has gotten stubborn. Alright, well, first things first, let's go ahead and remove this gem. And return our friend Robin Hood to his official style. Next, let's see if Covetous can do some gem work now. Yeah, he can. First, he makes a bell. Alright, let's get all that done. 2 or more. So we only need 1 more. Alright, well, that was good. I think, honestly, as much as let's go a little bit more. What I'm essentially trying to do is get another one of those linked portal spawns to happen. I can actually feel myself nodding off, so I think this might have to be the end of it. It was a good run, though. It was a lot of fun to run. Our pushes into deep grind vaults have actually gotten very impressive now. Alright. Alright, y'all have a good one. And I will see you guys next time. Alright. Alright. That'll do it for now. Y'all have a good night. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys. the problem with this game. Every time I think I'm done, I'm like, maybe just a teeny bit more. I'm gonna grab a drink. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink, and then if anybody who has something they want me to run in specific, let me know. Otherwise, I'll come up with my own idea. That's good stuff. All right. Well, don't see any votes. That's fine with me. I think what I'm gonna do is go for Ubers. So let's just run a full set of Ubers real quick, eh? So there's Odeg. And if at any point along the way that we get summoned to side vaults, that's even better. Where's the key warden? I should be able to find him. There. Well, by the time I found him, I was dead. That's fine. Just take me to town so it doesn't happen again. Alright, Act 2. Key warden. For all the right stuff. Insta kill, take the machines. Alright, next. 3, Stormfort. Oh. Who do you guys? Act 3, Stonefort. Go! Amulets. I am actually curious about amulets now that I've realized I can upgrade mine. A perfectly rolled Hellfire amulet might still be best in slot. I mean, think about it. You gain a new passive, which is always a plus. Alright, key warden's down. That should be all the key wardens. Act 5 shouldn't have a key warden, but let me just double check. Yeah, I don't see any keys by any of these. Alright, back to Act 1. We'll take on the Ubers. It's actually the fun. This is the way that this is set up. So I'll show you. I have all the machines, right? So oh yeah, we should check to make sure that I don't need to swap around rings or anything. All right, talisman. Dex only. That's not great. No crit. That's not great. So we're not interested? We're not interested. Definitely not interested. Alright, cool. So, pop open the gate, head in. Go in. Instantly dispatch the monsters. Pick up their loot and start teleporting out. In the time it takes that countdown to finish, get back here, pop a different portal, pop these guys, and it's amazing how fast it goes, right? Because by the time they're dead, you're already back, popping a portal. And usually around this point what happens is the first portal will be fully closed now. So I just come back and pop another portal. Oh, I'm not ready. Alright, middle one. And I just do this until I've gone through all 4 times 3, 4 times 4, what, 12 to 16? I don't know how many exactly of my machines. And each time I get more materials that I can use to make the Hellfire Amulets with. Now, beyond this, there's a certain number of Forgotten Souls that are required. But if you guys have been watching it, you've seen how aggressively I destroy artifacts at this point. So I got no problem keeping that total number where it needs to be. Oh, hello. Ring. Ants. Actually, I use this ring. Let me see if it's better than my current one. Doubt it, but it's possible. 5% better on the amount of damage. Overall numbers are tolerable and no slot, so nope, not better. And it really doesn't matter to me if I'm doing it evenly or if I'm doing one more than the other, because at the end of the day, I'm going to do all of them, and I'm playing at a high enough level to guarantee results, right? I will always get 3 or 4. I don't know if this was done already or not. Nope, wasn't. Oh, wow, why can't they all be that fast? Look at the money just continuously going up thanks to that greed. The greed stone. I forget what it's called. Midas Touch? Should be Midas Touch. I left behind a Leonin bow of the Hashir. It's not a big deal. You know what I wonder? I wonder if Focus and Restraint might be better for my build than what I'm using. 200% damage during the correct cycle. 50% reduced damage for 8 seconds. Nah. I have way too much utility. No, what does focus restraint do exactly? When you hit with a resource spending, when you hit with a resource generating, 50 increased damage for 5 seconds. This is like a 50% increased damage for its set bonus. I don't have any resource generating attacks in my repertoire currently, so yeah. There are definitely times focus and restraint is the correct answer for a Demon Hunter build. This is not that build. Alright. And remember, all these machines and all this grind was just from one quick circle of the key wardens. I haven't pulled anything else out from my inventory or whatever. This is just what I had on hand after having run the circle. Yeah, go back. I'm curious about that quiver. I mean, what if it's the one that I need, right? It could be. It's the right kind. Is it the right one? Fire skills, no. Rapid, no. No, it's not the one. Alright. We almost finished the machines. Almost. Yeah, back when it was like you had a 50-50 shot of getting one machine, and then it was a matter of how high a difficulty you wanted to play at, so that you could maximize your chances of getting a part or even a double part from these guys. It was one thing, but now it's like, I can so easily get quad machines, and then get triple or quad encounters off those machines, that it goes from a Hellfire Amulet, a perfectly rolled Hellfire Amulet is wishful thinking, to it is a hell of a grind. But it's still possible. Alright, well, he's down. For now. Oh, wow, another ring. These don't look correct. Wipe them out. All of them. Alright, that's done. Technically want to upgrade that sometime if I want to experiment with Carly's points, but I doubt it because I'm very happy with what I have. So now the fun part. We've gone through, we tronched all those bosses, right? So we're going to flip down to Forged Jewelry, and we're going to make, with the spoils that we've just made, 12 Hellfire Amulets. Let's go. Oh, no, 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 no! Please tell me it didn't finish. Oh, thank God. I almost made it of intelligence. Oh, they would have all been useless. Oh, what a catch. Dex. Go. Just make sure. Go. Oh no, I didn't mean to slot those in. Whatever. First thing we're gonna do is look for anything that could be rolled into crit hit, crit damage, and dex. You're a real possibility. Crit damage of 80, crit hit, and dex. This is a chance. Night Stalker's not. So all of these don't have a shot at the triumvirate no matter what. So they're out. Then we'll look at these. 890 dex with crit hit damage of 50 is pretty low. Crit hit chance can be rolled up. Archery passive. That's really good for some builds. Not my current one. Crit hit damage 80%. Arbitrarily high crit. Oh, Call the Weak. I'm currently on that. This might be a strict improvement off of what I'm currently rocking. Crit hit chance is a little bit No, the crit hit chance will be optimized. The percent damage is better. Did we just accidentally... I wasn't seriously trying to build a better amulet, but we just built a better amulet. I think. Assuming we can find something to do with that passive, yeah. Let's take a look. Crit hit chances available in the table. I've got several rerolls, so give me crit hit chance. I'll take damage. I'll keep damage. Lightning skills are not what I use. Running out of rerolls. So at least it's cold skill damage, that's something. I can do this all day. I can do this till I run out of resources. Resources, resources, resources. We're sure crit hit chance is in this table, right? Yeah, right down here. Stick with what works. Alright, we ran out. That was extremely frustrating. But I'm going to keep this right here because I do think these two side by side show me everything that I would want to see. 9.5, 75%, 700 dex versus theoretically 9.5 or 10, right? 80%. Less dex, but not by much. And then the skills tree opens up. We don't need Call the Weak, so we can use something else. Ambush. You deal 40% additional damage to enemies above 75 health. So that early on... Oh, I already am on ambush. Okay. Sharpshooter. Gain crit hit. Bonus reset when you successfully critically hit. So... that shouldn't matter. Increased armor and resistance. Spikiness. Primary skills don't exist in this build. Are there no passives I actually need? I guess Sharpshooter is okay. Ballistics is reasonable considering I'm already using Vengeance so long. Yeah, I've got options here. Mostly they are Sharpshooter ballistics. So what are we gonna do? We can't re-roll it again without... Oh, right. Did I have another one I was looking at? Yeah, this one's not that great. Alright, let's get rid of all these amulets. Where's the amulet garbage can? Here. And then just... keep just this one. Perfect. Perfect. Okay. We can re-roll this when we have more yellow, which we'll get just by doing more gameplay. What's next? What's next is Halls of Agony level 2. Oh wait, have I already been here? Yeah, well, I don't think I have. No, I was definitely here. What about level 3? Actually, I don't remember level 3. If there's a bunch of enemies to fight, it's perfect. If there's not, it's not. Well, certainly looks like there's a bunch of enemies to fight, at least initially. was pretty sweet. Oh, did we just accident into a real boss fight? I mean, okay, but if I can kill Ubers, I can definitely kill you. What is the season's journey right now? It's on chapter 4, so what's next? Set me free. Complete any set dungeon. I gotta do a set dungeon. Okay. Champion. Kill Urzael. Kill Asmodan. I am pretty much there. Urzael and Asmodan? Consider it done. Asmodan's Act 3, right? Court of Ariat. And through this all, we're keeping our eye out for that puzzle ring that we want. Alright, we're just about there. Died in one hit. That was great. Alright. Next is Urzael, who's Act 5 in some really big, hard to reach level, if I recall correctly. Chivo hunting. Alright. I like that they've adjusted Act 5 to give you the GPS or map markers immediately instead of waiting until you wander around. I guess they figure that the arrow helps people like me who don't know how to read a map at all, but ultimately you'll still get lost, at least for a while. That did not work. Closed door. Alright. Not sure why that exploded in my face, but I'll take it. I'm not even sure what I'm doing here, to be honest. I'm trying to kill Urzael, that's right. I have no idea where he is. Also, their mission objective is not to kill Urzael, so we might not have aligned goals after all said and done. There you go. Wipe them all out. Alright, and these guys too. Alright, I'm too tired to keep going. Every time I think I gotta say something, I feel the drowsies come on. So I'll probably do more of this later. all potentially good. ID items, and then we'll call it. Yep. What was it we were using here? Rubens glass of corn. Yeah, I don't see a obvious save point or anything. Well, tomorrow's problem. I gotta go. Y'all take care. It was a lot of fun playing, and I will see you guys next time.